Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back with the second part to the Seven Deadly Sins series. So guys, excuse me, if y'all watching, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications, comment down below if y'all like to see more movie reviews. Let me know in the comment section down below. So today we have Envy, which is also executive produced by Bishop T.D. Jakes. Okay, and then this movie stars Saraya. If y'all do not know who she is, she was in the show Empire. Also along Candy Burruss. She's also a award-winning singer, actress, mom, entrepreneur, businesswoman. Okay, y'all know who she is, Candy. Okay, from the group Xscape as well. Okay, so these are the two main characters of the movie. Okay, and this also takes place in the same town as the first movie I just told you about, Lust, because it's the Seven Deadly Sins series, so they all coincide with each other. So Saraya, well, in the movie, her name was, what was her name? Keisha. See, there's too much going on. Keisha. She was living with her mom. Her mom's name was Daisy. She eventually passed away, and she was in the hospital, I believe, because she had a miscarriage or something. And she was like, I ain't got no money to pay for her mom's burial and stuff like that. So all her life, it was just her and her mom. Her mom instilled in her certain values. She was like, when she was growing up, her kids in the classroom would tease her because she didn't have a dad. And her mom sat her down like, listen, all you need is your mother and God and the Bible. Those are the ones that's going to help get you through what you got to get through. So eventually, like I said, her mom passed away. And then for some reason, she ended up in the hospital. And the nurse came in and had, the nurse came in was like, it's, you ready to go? She was like, I don't got no money to pay for my mama's burial. And that's it. She ended up leaving. So she eventually was living in her car because I guess she just skipped out on her house that she was there. She forgot to pay her month's rent or whatever, so she was just living in her car. So she would get up, set an alarm so she can go to work on time. She would end up going to a gas station to wash up and get ready to work. She worked at a hair salon a couple of feet from the gas station. So yeah. And also how she ended up finding her other family is she wrote a note to her birth father because her mom never told who her birth father was. So eventually she found out this information because I guess her mom gave her this Bible that she had, and she always kept it with her. But I guess when she was in the hospital, she left her Bible there. So, okay, she reached out to her father, and then her other sister, before she found out it was her sister, found out because the father told her. And she was feeling kind of upset or whatever. So she's like, well, I guess we could just meet up or whatever. So then she had her sister, Gabrielle, had her assistant or her partner, Candy, which is in the movie Reagan. She's pregnant, but she offered to go meet up with Keisha. And she did just that. And then she was like, well, here's my number. Let me know if we can meet up with each other and stuff like that, the case would be. So she was like, Reagan was like, okay. And then she went and got back in contact with Gabrielle, which is her sister. And then she was like, yeah, she's on board. She's texting me right now. She fell for the bait. But in Keisha's mind, everybody else didn't know that, but in Keisha's mind, she was out for revenge. She was trying to get what was hers or what she thought was hers. She looked up on her sister to see what was going on with her. So she found out she had a nice house. She's married. She has a daughter. And she's living lavish. And she wants what she wants. And also her dad. She wants the missing time that she didn't have with her dad growing up all those years. So she goes out to Atlanta. She sees her dad. They get in touch for a little bit. Then she ends up going to stay at her sister's house. And that's when everything just started going downhill. She started envying her sister to a T. She was like, I want this house. I want this husband. I want this daughter. Because remember, she did have a miscarriage. So her daughter would eventually been the same age as her niece. So she just started doing everything in her power to sabotage the family. Whatever. It almost got to the part where her sisters eventually, they got her a car, and then her sister got her a job working at her company. She didn't like that fact. She wanted to be where she was at. And then one of the clients that her sister had, she was like, I know him. She know all this stuff, whatever. And her sister actually took her idea, and the guy, her client, Justice, played by Hosea Sanchez, he played in the game as Malik. Him, he actually liked Keisha's idea, but Gabrielle took it for her own. So Keisha comes in after she done got some coffee, whatever, because Reagan sent her on a mission to get coffee. So she comes in, she's looking like, so y'all went with my idea. Okay. She left out of there and went to the bathroom, started crying, and so on and so on. So she eventually goes home, and Gabrielle's there. She was telling us it wasn't like that. It was just this, and it was like, okay. So then Keisha, she's setting forth emotions, trying to get anything in her power to break her sister's bond relationship up with her job and her family into pieces. She does just that. She ends up giving Gabrielle some sleeping medicine, and she's talking to her. Keisha's talking to her friend Buck, which is played by DC Young Fly. Yeah, I know who he is. He's hilarious. So she was texting her like, did the pills work? And she going looking at her room saying like, oh yeah, it's about to go down right about now. So she made her take some sleeping pills so she'll miss the meeting that they're supposed to have coming up the next day. So Keisha ended up taking her place, filling in for her, and Justice ended up taking what she said into heart, and it's like, okay, you good, you got me as a client. And then when Gabrielle finally gets there, she's like, well, what happened? Did we miss the meeting, whatever? And then Reagan there was like, no, we actually closed the deal. Huh? What you talk about? Because Keisha set it in motion. She had everything into place. She sent out emails that she didn't even need to send out. She was being a busybody. You that envious of a life that you never knew nothing about. It's just crazy. And then after that happened, they went to an event where Justice was hosting an event, and he brought Keisha as his date, and Gabrielle was still there as well. So there was this other person who was a CEO of, I think, Media News or whatever. That was played by Debrat. Her name was Vita on the movie. That Keisha told Vita some information and went to Justice as expelling information like, oh, your manager is also your baby mama. Mind you, Gabrielle's husband and daughter is right a few inches away from her, and they all hell broke loose. Like it was just crazy. Like, oh my God, almost to the point that they were throwing blows and blows. The husband and Justice was throwing blows at each other, to the point that after that was over, Gabrielle and her husband got into a fight, and he was about to like leave his wife. He was like, I'm just about to go out and cool down, and I will come back later to go get my clothes or whatever. So then her husband instructed that Keisha and their daughter Bella go home with Reagan, so that when Gabrielle finished up her meeting in the rest of the event, that everything would be cool and she can just go home and rest from there. So once Gabrielle figured out what Keisha was really up to, that's when she called Reagan, and Reagan had to eventually go back to the house to go get the daughter, because she realized that Keisha was being manipulative, envious, and trying to sabotage everything that was happening. So Reagan goes back to the house. Mind you, she's still pregnant. And her and Keisha get into it. I don't think Keisha intentionally meant to push her down the stairs, but she ended up falling down the foyer stairs. And y'all going to see inside the house, it coincides with the first house. Because at the end of the first movie, Lust, they moved out the house, so that house was up for sale, and then they moved in. Yeah, y'all gonna see. If y'all watch the movie, y'all see how everything coincides together. So Reagan ends up falling down the stairs, and then Keisha takes Bella out the house, and she drives somewhere to the woods or around the corner somewhere. As the cops come to the house looking, whatever, like, where's the child? But her father ends up coming around the block to where she's at. And she explains to them, Keisha explains to her dad, like, she didn't mean for that to happen, all that stuff. And her dad was like, you have to give Bella back to them because it's the only way to make it right. You can't take their daughter. You got to give it back to them. So eventually she goes to jail for pushing Reagan down the stairs. Hopefully she didn't lose her baby and everything's okay. But she ended up going to jail for that. And then she reconciles with her sister and her dad. Her dad tells her, like, listen, we are your family. We're here for you regardless how many mistakes you make. And just know that we love you. We're here to support you. And they all hashed it out and they prayed at the end of the movie. Like, envy is a deadly sin. Like, that's what they tell you. Be careful. Be careful around the company you keep because you never know what their intentions are. And they had a quote at the end of the movie, Galatians 2:25. Check that out if y'all do not know. Okay. So, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this movie review. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a like. Comment down below. Let me know if y'all want to see more movie reviews like this. I can't wait till they come out with the next series because they didn't tell you what date it's going to come out. So, hopefully, y'all check out y'all listings at Lifetime.com. So, like, comment, hit the subscribe button so that you can be notified every time I post. And until next time, we are out of here. Peace.